Yes, guys, Messi is one of the greatest players in the world. I'm sorry, did I rage bait you? My bad, my bad. Messi is the greatest player in the world. I want to know why? You really want to know why when he just scored a hat trick against Algeria at 38 years old? This man scored a hat trick on a team full of younger players than him. He made the difference with Argentina winning 3-0. Guess who scored all those goals? Of course, the one and only Lionel Messi. Now, he is the greatest, but you still want to know why he's the greatest. Let's say you never saw any of his clips, but you always hear people talking about him, right? Messi is the one. He is the one. He's so skilled, he's so gifted. But here's the thing, right? I've seen a lot of people, they've talked to me and they've told me Messi is the greatest player of all time. And they've given me their reasons, yada, 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 right? But what I've realized is that, let's imagine each person's reason is a strand, right? So we have one strand. And let's say this person's reason for saying Messi is the greatest is because of his, let's say his scoring ability, right? Now that is their strand. And then another person says he is the greatest because of his playmaking ability. That's another strand. And then if you connect each person's reason one by one, they form this thread, right? They all form a thread. And no, my bad, they form a web, right? So they all form a web, and this web, it forms such that anyone who sees this web is like, this is why Messi is the greatest player of all time. And that's not all that this web signifies, right? Now, each person's strand doesn't just have to be one reason. I admit it can be multiple reasons that make someone say he's the greatest of all time. But I believe that this strand in itself is a web. So I guess in a way, we could say some people have their reasons based on strands, while some have theirs based on webs. So we have those based on webs because of multiple reasons which they have created or have been influenced to add to one of their strands to create a web. So they made a strand, and then someone told them something else and they believed it, and then they added it with another strand. So then they created this strand into their own web, and then they added this web to a pull of someone else's webs or strands, and then all together they made this magnificent huge web, which is Messi's greatness. All right, and now you come and then you see this and you're like, okay, so this is why Messi is great. He has great playmaking ability. He has the most goals from outside the box, 800 plus goals. He can play as a winger. He can play as a midfielder. He can play up front as a striker. Then you have all this stuff. His versatility, his consistency, how he scores his goals, right? His mechanism, like how he does his thing, right? He doesn't score tap-ins, like he doesn't score pens. He can score from outside the box, bangers. The way he scores his goals are creative. His passes, his playmaking ability, his ability to change the game just by being on the pitch, and his sustainability. He has done this for countless years now. He's 38. He just scored a hat trick. Like, come on, man. What are we talking about here? And because of this, you can kind of convince other people that he's the greatest. Now, if I had a child, which let's just like imagine I had a child, right? Just imagine. And then I wanted to convince him that, hey, Messi is the greatest player of all time. I could list all these reasons. I could show him these clips, and like as a child, I can kind of build in him this belief that Messi is actually the greatest. So he supports Messi alongside me, right? So I show him this web of Messi's greatness, or I give him a strand, and then he connects his own strands that he gets from other sources, and he connects his own. He connects one, he connects another, and then he builds his own belief that Messi is the greatest of all time. And now we come to see that greatness cannot just be defined by one thing. Greatness is defined by correlation of multiple things. And we find out that because Messi is the greatest, we can't just say he's the greatest because of this one thing. we say he's the greatest because of multiple things. So if you have a strand, you must be a very, very obstinate person. You must believe that that is the only thing that makes Messi the greatest. And I'd be very, very surprised to actually find someone who actually does that out there. I believe that whether it is 2 strands or more, there are multiple reasons why each person believes Messi is the greatest. And this fan base comes together as a result of having one core ideology: Messi is the greatest. But there are means of getting to the ideology. The different strands were different. If he started saying Messi is the greatest because he scores the most, he has the most outside the box goals. Messi is the greatest, another person says, because he has the most assists, okay? And now they have their own individual reasons, but they have the same core ideology, and they have the different means of getting to that ideology. Then when they kind of meet up, they talk to each other, and then they express why they believe this is true. And then he kind of agrees with him, and he kind of agrees with him. So they reach a point in which when they both agree, they both add to each other's strands. So now they have multiple reasons. And then now that they have multiple reasons, they kind of strengthen the belief in them that Messi is the greatest, because they feel like they have another stage of argument, or let's say another point of argument, or another reason to say that Messi is the greatest, another proof to say that Messi is the greatest. And this kind of strengthens the belief in them. So the addition of multiple strands strengthens their own belief in their ideology, but it also strengthens the collective belief in that ideology for everyone who is of the same ideology. Because of the addition of strands, everyone kind of strengthens their belief, and in return it strengthens the overall web, if you get what I mean. By adding more strands to someone's strand which is already a part of the web, you are actually strengthening the whole web of belief, right? So everyone kind of influences each other, and these influences kind of build up the collect, right? I'm going to have another video where I talk about influences, but for now let's just stay with me. Remember to subscribe if you really want to find out more. Okay, and now here's the thing: you all have your means of getting to the answer that Messi is the greatest. You took a bicycle, he took a car, but you all got to the same destination. But the thing is, the means which you use to get to the answer actually tells you about yourself. You did not just pick this because you just want to pick this. Do you really believe it is that random? Like, look me in the eyes. I hope you're looking me in the eyes right now. Do not click off this video. Look me in the eyes and tell me, well, golly, I just believe Messi is the greatest because he scores the most goals. There ain't nothing to it. I'm like, huh? Like, brother,
are you serious right now, bro?
Did you reason this deep? Did you clock it? So basically, it tells you about yourself. What you're actually doing. You chose this lens, this perspective to view Messi as the greatest, not just by randomness, but because of something about you. Maybe you believe that greatness in a particular aspect deals with if you believe greatness is defined by the amount of goals and assists a person has in football, then that is what you would use to classify Messi as the greatest. Meaning, if you were to get into football, you would rank yourself amongst your peers and other players, wherever you play, or in the world or anything. You would rank yourself based on goals and assists. And then you would begin to improve yourself. So the more goals and assists you scored, then the greater you would see yourself. And this, of course, it surpasses football alone. It goes to other areas of life. In your business, the way, the criteria in which you view greatness for other people actually can correlate to the criteria, or tends to correlate to the criteria in which you view yourself and where you stand. So then you seek to improve yourself according to the criteria that you have for greatness. This in itself can be right, and of course it can also be wrong, because what if this criteria that you used it does enable you to build yourself up. You do get more of those goals, you do get more of those assists. By the end of the day, someone else comes up to you and tells you, you're not the greatest. And you say, of course I am. I have the most goals and assists. And then they tell you, you do, but you did get most of them from penalties. Yeah, someone feeling cold. That's why I got this hoodie. So you did get most of them from penalties, right? You got most of those goals from penalties or from tap-ins. And you're like, so I got my goals and assists. And then this person brings more people who have the same ideology that you are not the greatest because of this reason. They all have this strand. And then you are faced up against all these people. And then you believe for this amount of people to say, I am not the greatest. I still haven't won like a part of people to believe I am. And then you seek to win those guys over to believe that you are. To come to the ideology that, yes, I am the greatest. So then you're like, hand me your criteria. Give me why you don't think I'm the greatest. You get that. And then you study it and you try to better yourself by actually doing what their criteria says. And then in such a way, you develop yourself in one area, you develop yourself in another, and you are actually getting better. You get better because of these critiques of other people. Their critiques give you criteria, and then these criteria help to build you up. But of course, the criteria could be wrong. Their critiques could be wrong, and you end up damaging yourself. And of course, you have a role to play. If you do not want to play by their criteria, you can always reject it, or you can accept it. So if you have an internal checking system to evaluate what that criteria says, and you feel there is no harm there, and I can always better myself there's nothing bad. If it helps me to develop myself, if you see it helping you to develop yourself, and you can actually win them up to admit that you are the greatest, that is your reward after all, and then you actually do become greater. You're like, well, I would like more people to critique me and tell me where I am lacking and where I can improve. And as a result, all these strands which you add, they help you to develop your own greatness, and then they also change your ideology on what greatness is about. So when you develop yourself in that light, and you see Messi and they tell you he's the greatest player of all time, you don't just look at one aspect, you look at multiple aspects. You look at goals and assists, you look at his playmaking ability, you look at his passing ability, you look at his vision, his scanning, you look at other things, his tracking back. And then you begin to evaluate other people and evaluate yourself differently because of your relationship, because of the influences which you have had, these strands which you have collected from other. Yeah, sorry about that. I think my camera died. So you do get these strands, and they help you to develop yourself based on the criteria which you have evaluated. But what happens if one person or a group of people, they bring their different strands based on one ideology, and then they build one web, and then another group of people, they have different strands, and these different strands form another web based on one core ideology. So we have two core ideologies, but at the end of the day, they all branch up to one goal. Let's say, who is the greatest? And they have one person they believe is the greatest. They have another person they believe is the greatest. And it's based off different strands that form these webs. What happens then? Who is right and who is wrong? Especially if the criteria for evaluating are different. Oh my gosh. Are you ready to dive into that with me? Subscribe to the channel. And the comments, I will be replying to all your comments. I didn't watch the match, but did Enzo Fernandez show up? Did he show up that match? Oh well. Goodbye. Ciao.